Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin, and I do a lot of different things on the YouTube channel, but the most popular thing is obviously Central Boiler Outdoor Wood Stoves, since I was a dealer for 10 years with them, and I am not a dealer no more, but I still burn one, did for many years, but I just wanted to go over a little more detail on the Classic Edge. I wanted to dig into it a little bit, so if you bought one and really don't know that much about it, this video will be for you. If you're thinking about purchasing a Classic Edge, hopefully this video will answer some of your questions. So if you're going to purchase one, you're going to have quite a bit more information as far as these furnaces. Now, this is a 360 over here. This is a 560 here. This is obviously a Classic, but up on the truck, that is the 760. Jim's getting ready to deliver that one, but also Central Boiler has a 960. So as of right now, they have 4 furnaces in the Classic Edge family, and you need to do your homework or ask a dealer that you're going to be talking with what furnace size do you need. And I'm not going to get into that. So one thing about the Classic Edge, and I'm going to leave a thing in the description that you can go to the EPA's website. Central Boiler's furnaces are at the top of EPA's as far as efficiency, less amount of emissions into the air, cleanest burning furnaces there is. And on the EPA website that I'll give you, it's on all wood burning appliances, not just outdoor wood stoves, all wood burning appliances, that they're at the top. I think 4 furnaces, I know 3 of them are at the top. So you're in good hands with a Central Boiler, and still this year it's got a 26% tax credit, and also through Central Boiler, $250, I believe, discount to any veterans that served in our country. So that's awesome. Let me just tell you a little bit about this furnace. Also, it's fully, and I'll try and touch on that, it's fully accessible as far as getting to any parts that you need to get to. Everything is accessible. I have seen some of the other furnaces out there on the market where you got to take off the roof on this thing to get to some of the exchangers. So with this furnace, everything, like I say, is accessible, and I'll go over that. The other thing about this furnace is, compared to the other ones, it's all spray foam. A lot of the other ones will use fiberglass insulation, so they use all spray foam. So when you look at this furnace, we come into this firebox, and what do you see? Well, you're gonna see some tubes down here on both sides. I took this bar off already, but this bar is just here. So when your wood's in here, your wood is not going to come up against this channel and possibly have the possibility of blocking the air. So I just took this off just so we could get to this. And this furnace also has a bypass in it, and you can see that right there. So when you're coming out to load it, if you wish to pop that door, it'll let most of the smoke go out the chimney and out. So that is a nice feature that Central Boiler put in on this furnace. Now this air tube right here is what I'm kind of talking about. It recesses into the back of this furnace, and you can see it sits back away from this edge of it, and there's just a pin in there, and this thing will pop right off. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Will just pop right off and comes out of the female part back here. And if you need to clean this, now you've got, it's accessible. so you can get to it. And if you want to put it back in, you just put your end back in there, and all there is up here on this part is a pin. And you just set it up in that pin right, right there, and you're done. So that is a nice feature, and it's on both sides of the furnace, obviously. So the air is injected in here on primary air, and the air will come in through the front right here and through the sides. Let me show you the front of that so we can make sure we see it. We got air holes through here and up here too, and with the primaries injecting air into this firebox to get it going. Okay. The other thing that's unique about Central Boiler is their charge tube. This is when you are kicking in for your secondary air. Air is shot through the center of this and out these holes, and it sits like this, which is forcing the fire to burn down. And now you're getting the highest efficiency you can get with your outdoor wood stove as far as the edge. So I'll explain a little bit more on that. So what you want to do when you're burning this, now some people, there's a thing out there where you can't burn green wood. Well, you can. I've seen it done with over 40% high moisture wood. As far as if you burn this furnace correctly, it can burn it. Okay, so that is a myth that has been busted, and I've seen it done, and know people that's done it for a couple years. So that can be done. The most efficiency you can get, I believe, is burning seasoned wood. The wood gets going faster, it gets up to temperature faster, and it have less smoke and all that, and less creosote and stuff. And I've had people, like I've said in some of my other videos, that, well, the wood lasts longer if it's green. Well, yeah, it does, because it's taken a lot of BTUs to dry that wood out so it can burn, and plus a lot of water, a lot of moisture is getting put into your firebox. So anyway, how this furnace kind of works is when you first start this bad boy up, is what happens is the air is coming through the primary tubes, which are the ones on the side. Okay, so right here is stepper motors. So once the temperature of the wood stove is right around that 550 degrees, I believe it is, your primary air is open, and your stepper motor has opened this up, and the fire's going. And then once it gets up to that, I think it's 550 degrees, then your secondary air stepper motor will open also. So both of these will be open, and that's letting air into that firebox. And these things, I've seen a furnace that had plexiglass on this, and you can watch these stepper motors sit here, and they're constantly opening and closing to make this furnace burn at 90 to 100% efficiency. And the controller on this thing, Central Boiler engineers out there at the plant engineered the controller. They didn't have somebody in China do that. So that's a great thing. So once these both are opened up and it's getting close to your set point, if it's 185, 180, 175, whatever, once it starts getting there, it doesn't just slam it in hard. What it does is these will start backing off and not putting so much air into it, so it comes into it real mild. So what's going on in here is when you're putting wood in this firebox, you gotta have, here's the thing, you have to get a bed of coals going in this furnace. And once you have a bed of coals, then we can put our wood in here, and it depends to you how much you want to put in. And then every day you want to stir to make sure there's no ash up above these tubes. You want your ash to stay below that, but you want a coal bed, and you want to stir your ashes. I'll use this thing, stir them every day, all the way around it, and your last pass is right down the edge of this. So your coals are up in here, but it's not packed in there, so it's going to breathe. Because remember, everything is burning down in this furnace, so it's got to be able to breathe. And so you just got to do that, okay? That's just one of those things. In the front, in the reaction chamber, in the front of this, here that is, and this plate is just in there for shipping to keep that where it goes, but the fire burns down, it swirls right here, and then the fire will go back to the back, your heat and stuff will go to the back. And let's come around the back of this furnace. I got me a stool back here so we can see what's going on. Here's your chimney. It comes with a couple chimneys. They're 6-inch and 8-inch. The 560 takes the 6-inch. But here's how accessible. I hope my camera doesn't fall, but I'm going to show you how accessible this thing is. It was going to. I thought it wasn't going. It was going to hold up. Oh, there we got it. So this door is very nice, and you can see how easy that was to take off. So now we're into the back of the furnace. There again, great hinges. This is where the HD comes in. Rear door, it's hinged and all that. So if we was to look through this, let's see if we can look through it, is you can see all the way to the front of that furnace, and that way your smoke will come back here. These are all full of water also. These tubulators take your smoke and run it back and forth through here to get the most efficiency out of your it's taking the heat out of the smoke and stuff and transferring it into the water jacket of the furnace. Plus there's water all around it, but they just found that they can get more efficiency out of their furnace with this. These do come out. Take a pair of pliers, pull these out, and then you can any fly ash that is in here, you're able to scrape that off and clean it out the back, and put the tubulators back in there. So that is how, look at how nice this is. This thing just closes right down beautifully with this furnace. So there, it's locked in. Then you can put the other part on, and away you go. So how often do you possibly clean out the bottom? I would say when you first start burning this furnace, I would highly recommend that you're going to want to, keep an eye on this thing, and once a week down in the bottom in that reaction chamber, you're going to want to make sure that there's fly ash, and you get that fly ash out of there with one of the tools that come with the furnace and clean that out. How often are you going to take ash out of the front of this furnace? Well, or I should say out of the firebox. That's another thing that you're going to want to keep an eye on, stirring your ashes, stirring your coals, and keeping it manageable, and keeping them down below that air tube so it doesn't plug up. Because remember, we're injecting air into that firebox to get the most efficiency and to make this furnace burn. If it can't breathe, it's not going to burn properly, and that's where you'd probably have some issues. It's just like anything, you got to maintain it, and if you maintain it correctly, it's going to last you a long time, and it's going to be it's going to heat your house, heat your shop, and whatever. I wish Jim was here. He's at work, but they're heating their shop and their house over there. They're heating quite a bit of stuff. So, but I'll probably do an interview with Jim once he's get going. I think he's had his furnace here at the house for something like 8-10 10, 12 years, but they have the Classic, and then this fall he's going to put in a 760 and start burning that 760. So what I'll do, like I say, thanks for watching. Any comments, I'll try and answer them for you. Get a hold of, if you're looking for an outdoor wood stove dealer as far as Central Boiler, you can go to Central Boiler's website, and on there there's a dealer locator that you can click the button, fill out your information. They'll give you the top or the closest 3 dealers in your area. If you have a Central Boiler, you're looking to get a Central Boiler, another nice thing is they have on there where you can you know, do lots of research on your furnace and find out what's wrong with your furnace. And I'm gonna do I did do a video on that. It's on the support site up there on the top of their homepage. You click on that, you put in your serial number of your outdoor wood furnace, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, let's say your fire goes out, and you type that into the question, and it brings you up videos, it brings you up all kinds of things that you can check on to look at in case it's on a Saturday or Sunday, and it might be a holiday where you can't get a hold of your dealer right away. So there's that. Another thing that does, if you need parts, you can find parts on there, your parts numbers. It breaks your furnace down, so when you do need a part, you can call your dealer and say, hey, these are the parts I need. Can you get them for me? So lots of great things on that. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to answer a lot of your questions. I appreciate there again watching our channel. Please subscribe, I should say. Brenda says I don't say that enough. I don't think I gotta beg people, and I don't beg people. If you like our channel, subscribe. If not, that's okay. But anyway, everybody have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.